Hey y'all, so this is the story time about perseverance, right? So, if you know me, you know my mom had cancer. You know, she was from Panama. RIP to her. She's no longer here. She's no longer with us. Hopefully, I don't cry during this video, but whatever. So, anywho, she actually got it first when I was younger. I was actually the first person to notice it. Like I was like hugging her and I was like, "Ma, it's like a lump right here." Went to the doctor, found out she had cancer. We were all like young. I believe I was in like middle school. Um, yeah, so she made it through that first time. She was feeling down about it, but my sister, actually, my middle sister, I'm the youngest, but my middle sister was very much a positive motivator for her, in telling her that she just has to get out and be positive and like eat healthy and stuff like that. And it worked, and my mom, beat it that time. She got cancer again. That next time, she decided to get rid of her breasts. So yeah, but she didn't want to get like fake boobs or anything like that. She just, got them removed. And she got better again. And then the last time, as you guys know, I was in the military, so I ended up getting stationed back home. If you watch my story time about Kate Baby, about my baby, and finding out how my daughter had autism, um, that I got stationed back home, and I didn't want to get stationed back home. A lot of people told me that knew me that they felt like I got stationed back home because of circumstances that happened with my mom. It was basically so I could be there for her in her final days, right? So back home again. My sister tells me my mom said she wasn't feeling good, so can I take her to the doctor? So I come from my post and I take my mom to the doctor, and find out she has cancer again. So during that time, y'all, I don't want to be a bucket of water on this on this channel, bro. During that time, I was on the height and weight program. Because anybody that knows military standards, they are not created for us. And anybody who knows, okay? They're only created for one demographic when it comes to what they want your height and weight to be. So, I was in the height and weight program, so I had to be losing a certain amount of weight. I forgot how much, within a time period. And my mom was, slowly passing away in the hospital. And I had to, my NCO, which she follows me on here, shout out to her, shout out to Sade. She was very, very good to me during that time. But my other leadership, I was disappointed in because I still had to be stressed out about height and weight. I still had to have the perseverance to continue to go work out every day. To continue to, push myself forward. Like I said, Sade did her best to give me as much breaks as possible. She did her best to give me as many breaks as she could, like give me time, but I still had to work out. I still had to lose weight. So I will not ever forget this because I actually really did like my first sergeant, but I was still kind of like disappointed. But yeah, I had to do a weigh-in, and I passed because I had been persevering through literally watching my mom pass in the hospital, and I still was going to the gym and working out because I knew I couldn't fail height and weight because I didn't want to lose my career, right? So they did it. They weighed me, I passed, and my first sergeant, she said to me, "Oh, I was so worried about you that you wouldn't pass because you're going through so much, but yeah, I'm glad you did. But you still height and weighed me though. It didn't matter what I was going through. Like, there was no waving, there was no pushing back of time. You still made sure I did that, right?" So that's what was going on in my mind. But yeah, y'all, basically, no matter what the circumstances, sometimes you just gotta get up and keep moving. You gotta keep going. Like the post I made about me currently trying to lose the weight that I am trying to lose. You You got to do it sad. Sometimes you got to do it, sometimes you got to do it unmotivated. Sometimes you got to do it overwhelmed. Sometimes you got to do it overstimulated. Okay. Sometimes you got to do it alone. Okay. You don't, you might want somebody to go do it with you or whatever, and they don't want to do it with you. So you got to get up and do it alone. Okay. And if you want something or you want to keep something, you can't stop. Because the moment you stop, you might have been about to reach a diamond. And because you stopped, you don't get that diamond. You don't get that reward that you was almost at, right? So you got to just keep pushing, guys. No matter what's going on, sometimes it might be hard. If you're able to take mental breaks, take your mental breaks. Of course, I was going to cry in this video. I don't know why I thought I wouldn't. I love my mom. Still miss my mom. So yeah, and then how I got into tarot, we're not gonna do it in this video. We'll do it in another video, but it is due to my mom. She was always very spiritual, even though she was Catholic first, because she's Panamanian, and there are a lot of Catholics out there. And then when she married my dad, she became a Christian, but she was always spiritual. So we'll get into that in that video. But the whole point of this is, and even my mom, like talking about how she had cancer 3 times, she persevered through it 2 whole times, okay? 2 whole full time, because she said she felt like she needed to be there for us. She needed to be there for us. We still had need to grow up. Like, she didn't want us to not have a mother, because my mom's mom passed away at 35, early age. And when she first got cancer, her dad actually decided to tell her, like, hey, your mom had cancer. So, she didn't want to, like, leave her kids behind. She definitely was a single mom. I had my dad, but my mom was clearly the primary parent, obviously. If she felt like, I literally got to survive to take care of these kids, she was doing all the work. No shade. It is what it is. Can't get mad about the truth. But yeah, so yeah, she even persevered because she felt like we needed her and she needed to be there for us. And she fought the good fight, okay? Until we was like good and grown. And it happened again, and she finally could cross over to, be in heaven with all the beautiful people that she loves, with her mom and, some of her friends and stuff like that. But yeah, fight, okay? Whatever you're going through, persevere, okay? Whether it be an illness, okay? Like I was just talking about, God forbid, but, cancer, whether it be a mental illness, go talk to therapy, go talk to people, whether it be physical, if you need to work out, go to the gym. If you want a career, go to school for it. If you want to content create, make the content. It don't matter who watching or who not watching or who hating, as long as you're living in your truth and in your light and going towards what you love, all right? I just heard creating a movement. So by you doing that, you're going to create a movement for people like you, or people who, might need you. You might even know. You might feel like you're not needed. Some of y'all might feel like you're not needed. And then you create whatever you create, or you get into whatever job field and you get fulfilled in that way, okay? Or, some of y'all might want to be a mom or a dad. You have kids and you feel fulfilled by, being a parent, So that's all I have for y'all. I hope y'all persevere. If you subscribe to me and you're part of my collective and you love me like I love you, because I love you all. I hope you persevere through whatever you're going through, because you're going to make it, okay? Remember the last time you didn't think you was going to make it and you made it? Okay, so go ahead. This is your girl, Lanita Supernova. Glad you sat with me through all the emotions and all the tears and you listened to the message about perseverance. And I can't wait to see you guys again. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you follow, because don't you want to see me again? Bye. Until you see me in your next video.